Hey guys, what's up? Hope everything is good, and today we're going to look at the man, the myth, the legend. It is Get Right. It is Christopher Alesund, born May 29th, 1990, 26 years old, from Sweden.
Season 75, 4 kills, and Prodax makes the mistake of not playing immediately. It hurts them. Time to get on the bus, boys. Get Right is taking you to school.
Now, Get Right has always been a big gamer, introduced to many games by his big brother called Robin. He played games such as Doom, Quake 1 and Quake 2. One game that he played that really stands out to me is Action Quake 2. I have some footage on the screen now and you can see it has quite a few similarities to Counter-Strike, so maybe this is what got him into this type of game.
I started when my brother was playing Warcraft for the first time, or Doom for example, and I was like 5-6 years old, so I'm playing. And later when I became 9, 10 or something like that, my brother started playing Counter-Strike and I got hooked after that, so to say. I played all other games, but CS has always been close to me.
Now, when Get Right first started getting serious with Counter-Strike, he used to play with a team which was pretty much just a mixed team called Hippopotamus. They went to lots of Swedish lands and had quite a few standout players. If you played 1.6, you might recognise Blomstar, Florins and Barbar. His big break, however, came in 2007 when he attended a LAN called Rendezvous and Rendezvous 24 for this specific LAN with a mixed team of Addy, Threat, Raxa and Robin, and they actually went on to win the LAN. And like I mentioned, they did have Threat, who at the time was playing for Begrip Gaming, who were quite a good, sort of up-and-coming Swedish team at the time, and Threat saw a big potential in Get Right and decided to ask him to try out for Begrip Gaming.
I want to go to every LAN party there is, everywhere, in the whole world.
And like I said, Begrip Gaming at that specific time were an up-and-coming Swedish team, but that year, with the help of Get Right, they attended the ESWC qualifier and actually beat Ninjas in Pyjamas and SK Gaming, who were definitely the top 2 Counter-Strike teams in Sweden and probably the world at the time. Now, the ESWC, or Electronic Sports World Cup, was a big deal back then, and basically they represented Sweden at that event. They didn't do too well and actually got knocked out in the group stage, and shortly after that, Begrip Gaming actually folded, and then again, shortly after that, Ninjas in Pyjamas had a bit of controversy when they were disqualified from the NGL1 qualifier, and the reason they were disqualified is because it was found out that Get Right actually played for Ninjas in Pyjamas in that competition under the name as Miniwalla, who wasn't actually a player for SK at the time but was on their roster, meaning that he pretended to be Miniwalla trying to play for Ninjas in Pyjamas in that competition, was found out and Ninjas in Pyjamas were actually disqualified. Shortly after that though, he did become a fully fledged member of the Ninjas in Pyjamas alongside Robin, Temple, Waller and Face. Unfortunately though, this was very short-lived. He actually only played for Ninjas in Pyjamas for around a month, and there was a lot of internal conflict which actually resulted in Waller and Temple leaving Ninjas in Pyjamas and signing for SK Gaming. Now, this was also this time when contracts in esports started becoming a bit more of a common thing with bigger teams, so he was contracted to SK Gaming, but again, things did not go too well, and after a couple of months he was actually loaned out to a team called Meet Your Makers, or MYM, and was reunited with a player called Face, who of course he played with in Ninjas in Pyjamas just a few months earlier. Now, things actually went well for Get Right in Meet Your Makers. For example, they beat SK Gaming, but after about 4 months he was then transferred back to SK Gaming, but not actually part of the active lineup. He was actually a benched player and never really played with the team during this period. He had to wait a few weeks to actually get a chance, which came in late February 2007 when Spawn actually left SK Gaming, but again it only lasted about 2 weeks because Spawn ended up coming back and playing for SK Gaming again, so it just didn't work out really for Get Right at SK. Wallenberg did actually say the reason for this was a lack of team chemistry, which was caused by Get Right's age. Remember, he was only 17 at this stage. So after a number of weeks, Get Right actually managed to get out of his contract with SK Gaming and created a team called Blank alongside Threat, Crystal, Ferret, I have no idea how to say that name, never have done, and QP or Quality Player. That team later became Evil Zone. With Evil Zone, Get Right had some really good results. They even won DreamHack Skellefteå, beating SK Gaming in the final. Get Right actually stayed with this core team for about 6 or 7 months. There was a few issues with the organisation, which meant they went from one organisation to another, namely Giants Gaming. However, in early 2009, Get Right got an offer he couldn't refuse from a team you might have heard of, Fnatic. Get Right absolutely found his feet at Fnatic and stayed there for the best part of 2 years, playing with some great teammates such as Khan, and of course, he started his long-lasting relationship with Forrest. The results kept on coming in 2009 for Fnatic and GetRight, winning some great competitions such as the Intel Extreme Masters, and it resulted with GetRight winning the Esports Player of the Year award for 2009. So after the successful 2-year period with Fnatic, bygones became bygones as GetRight came back to SK Gaming alongside Robin, Alan, Face and Forest to pretty much see out the rest of Counter-Strike 1.6. This of course brings us to Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and GetRight was one of the first professional players to actually take up the game, creating a lineup with Forest, Zist, Freiburg and Fiflurin. So this actually completes bringing GetRight back in quite a full circle, back to the legendary organisation that is Ninjas in Pyjamas, the team that won 87-0 with GetRight at the start of Counter-Strike Go, a legendary organisation with some legendary players. So the main core four of Ninjas in Pyjamas, GetRight, Freiburg, Zist and Forest, have been playing together in the organisation since August 2012, so nearly 5 years at this stage, and they are still going strong today. Well, to be honest, at the time of this recording they're not doing too well, but I've no doubt they will turn it around in one way or another. In terms of Valve majors, they have won one major tournament, which was ESL Cologne 2014, and they've also come second at 4 different events. DreamHack Winter 2013, ESL 1 Katowice 2014, DreamHack Winter 2014 and ESL 1 Katowice 2015. At this stage right now, it has been a full decade since GetRight first rose to predominance in 2007, and in that time he has won a total of over $1 million in prize money. Long may it continue, he is a true legend of the game.
Never in a million years I thought I would be one of the guys that people would look up to, especially in CS and actually in whatever I would do. I'm just very lucky to have this as a job.